everyone. My name is Bernie Bloom. I'm the founder and CEO of Xandeum Labs. And in this episode, I will be talking about the last opportunity to cash in on a lot of Xand rewards by participating in our Incentivized Devnet. And I'm super excited about the Incentivized Devnet because we are launching our own cluster, right? And this video is for both groups. Whether you're new to Xandeum, please listen all the way through because I'm going to be explaining everything, what we are and how you can get in and how you can participate before this chance expires 2 weeks from now on August 29th. If you're already part of the Xandeum community, there will be new things here. We hosted a Twitter Spaces last weekend. If you want to listen to the recording, just go to Twitter, Xandeum Labs. The link is in the description, and listen to that Twitter Spaces. We had awesome community participation. So many people were speaking there, and we were discussing the Devnet incentives, and we were making some changes that I'm going to announce in this video based on community feedback. And I'm so happy I have this great community that gives me all this feedback. All right, so what is Xandeum? Xandeum is an L1 blockchain, a smart contract platform based on Solana technology, and we are adding a scalable storage layer that makes smart contracts being able to not only execute code, but also just use storage as if writing, reading to files, random access. And this hasn't been possible so far, and we believe this is going to make Web3 really, really possible and mass adopted. So we're super excited to build this thing. So now our methodology of raising the funds in order to fund our development is selling node licenses. So it is a permission chain. You need a license to run a node in our blockchain. And that's our way of financing our business. It has been super successful so far. We've already raised over $2 million through that. And we're having an event on August 29th when we launch the Incentivized Devnet. And you get crazy boost factors for the Xand that you earn per node, and that is fantastic. And by the way, as of the recording of this video, we already have 27 Devnet operators signed up using our sign-up form, which is awesome, because running a node, it means, you either run it on your own physical hardware or you host it somewhere on a hosting provider. We have several hosting options available to recommend for you. We've negotiated great deals for you, so it's all starting at, I think, $60 a month. We have $775 a month and things like that. But it's so great to see that people actually want to run those nodes. And there is an opportunity now for these nodes because we have that ascending pricing model, right? So right now, nodes are still available at $5,500 a piece, but every 7 nodes sold, the price will go up by another $500, right? So with the Devnet launch, we give an immense boost for 6 months. That's the initial duration of this Devnet phase. So for 6 months, you can boost your Xand earnings in Xand tokens by a factor of up to 25x. We first thought about 50x. It's in a different video, but we thought we want to make it fair for everyone because you can get that 25x only when buying a new node after that big Devnet launch date on August 29th, 2 weeks from now. So if you buy at least one new node, then you can earn up to a 25x earnings boost for up to 6 months. So usually right now, one node earns 50 Xand per day, right? One founder's nodes gives you about a little bit over 50 Xand per day. You can boost that up to 25x. So if you do that, let's say you can boost it by 20x, because only the first one that buys a new node after that DevNet launch date gets the 25x boost factor. So you have to be fast. If you come in you do the second purchase transaction for that node, you still get 24x in a boost factor, right? And that goes down all the way until, until you have a 2x boost factor. And everyone, even if you don't buy a new node, you will still get a 2x boost factor if you're running that physical DevNet operator. So that's our way of saying thank you to everyone who has already purchased their node in the past, or nodes in the past, right? And you can use up to 150 nodes can get that boost factor, right? But you only need to run 6 physical nodes. So we say 6 physical nodes per wallet. That's all we need. We don't need crazy decentralization of people running hundreds or thousands of nodes, all controlled by the same person. That doesn't add to the decentralization, right? But that means if you have 6 founders nodes or 1 platinum node, you can get the rewards for up to the boost factor for up to 6 if you buy 6 new nodes, right? And if you do the math on all of that, that is a great deal, actually. Just calculate how many Zand you can earn in just 6 months just from buying 1 new node, right? So let's say 50 Zand a day. That is 2,000, what is it, 50 Zand a day. That's 510 days. And that is 1,500 in a month, approximately, right? So if you boost that by 10, that's 15,000 a month. If you boost it by 20, that's 30,000 Zand a month, right? Times 6, that's 180,000 Zand in just these 6 months, right? With a boost factor of 20. And I conservatively, I said maybe you get 20 if you're fast, right? If you're super lucky and come in first, then you might even get the 25x boost factor, right? So this is really a great opportunity for anyone that loves the Xandeum blockchain and wants to be part of it really early, before the Zand token is going to be listed on exchanges, right? So we are working on our ICO. It's going to happen, anywhere near the end of this year, beginning of next year. It all depends on the market conditions. And you see that with so many things that it might be delayed just to find the correct, market condition where we can get the prices for these Zand tokens that we want. But if you run your DevNet node right now, you get that fantastic boost. All these Zand tokens that you earn from that boost will be locked for 18 months. So that, approximately we will say it's going to be locked for about a year after the ICO, right? So these are not tokens that can be thrown on the market as soon as we list them. They are locked for a certain period of time, right? So these boost factors, right, they will diminish minute by minute, right? So the first minute we opened the store on August 29th, 9 a.m. Pacific, the first minute, if you're first, you get 25. If you're second, you get 24x, all these boost factors. And then starts the second minute. If we have no purchases in the second minute, the boost factor will be diminished by 1 anyway, even if there was no purchase, right? So after 25 minutes, all the boost factors will be gone, right? So you really have to be fast, and there's no point in sitting on contemplating if you want to do it or not. It's going to be August 29th, 9 a.m., and that offer is only there for 25 minutes. And the sooner you're in there, the higher your boost factor. And we will also, by that opportunity, diminish the rebate factor that we had from an earlier incentive when we did the Xandeum launch. There is still rebates when you buy nodes, and you will still be able to get these rebates. Currently, 41% is still up for grabs, right? So 41% is a high rebate. But that will diminish also on August 29th. Every minute it will go down by 1. So at 9:25 on August 29th, the boost factors will be gone and the rebates will be gone, right? So these 25 minutes, and obviously the first minute after 9 a.m. Pacific, that's going to be your moment where you can get, first of all, the rebate for buying those new nodes and get these fantastic boost factors that will fill up, your wallet with Zand tokens like nothing else. It's our way of saying thank you to help us that early in the game, half a year or so before the ICO, right? Where else can you do that? You just do a whitelist and it's a week before the ICO and you get like discounts of 10 or 15 or whatever percent, right? Here you're getting into it really before the ICO when we launch our initial DevNet, and you can earn these fantastic boost factors and can earn a lot of Zand. If you don't know about the Zand token will be our native currency in the Xandeum chain, right? Right now, it is just an SPL token on the Solana blockchain. Xandeum is a fork of Solana. It will build on Solana technology. At some point, it will not be a Solana SPL token anymore. It will be the native token of the Xandeum blockchain. And you can use the Zand tokens to pay for transaction fees, and you can use the Zand token to pay for storage in our storage layer, which is a second layer on top of the L1 with, delegated storage that's going to be stored on millions of storage provider nodes that are out there and offering their storage on cheap consumer devices. So with all that said, that the Zand token, if we do the real Web3 thing and we're going to have these killer apps, Web3 apps that are running on the Xandeum chain, obviously the demand for Zand tokens will skyrocket. But now we are really early in the game. I think it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. If you think about anything like that, we're happy with our existing node owners. They get the 2x boost factor anyway. They don't have to buy a new node license, but they can just try their luck. So if you're an existing node owner with Xandeum, even if the price of the node shoots up, right? And, I've heard from some people that want to buy a lot of nodes in this launch, right? So every 7 nodes, the price goes up by $500. It's at $5,500 right now. It might go up to $10,000 or $12,000 at the blink of an eye. At some point in time, you might be before that, right? Before the price goes up, you might get it for $5,500 and even get a 41% rebate, right? So ending up at like below $3,000 or so, right? But even if you come behind these, right, and you end up paying like $10,000 or $12,000 for a node, I urge you to do the math, right? If you still get like a 20x boost for these 6 months, it is going to be a lot of Zand for you. And if you believe in our chain and our project, and if you believe in the ICO that's going to be coming around 6 months from now, man, that is a great opportunity. Just do the math or ask our people on our Discord and join our Discord. If you haven't heard about Xandeum, haven't joined the Discord yet, and we did have an issue with our Discord link on our website. That's embarrassing to say, and I had a few people emailing me like, hey, I cannot join your Discord. There was an issue there. We had the wrong Discord link. We just had the link of our server, but not the invite link, right? So we've replaced it with the invite link now. So go to Xandeum.com. Here it is, Xandeum.com. On the top right corner, there is that Discord link. It's working now. Also, our Discord link is down in the description. It's also working. Join our Discord server. Ask our fellow community about the Zan token, about the potential, about why they might buy new nodes in this opportunity. And honestly, after this offer, right, all our marketing will have more of a focus towards the actual tokens and selling the tokens, maybe with some slight discounts. If there's someone that wants to buy the tokens before they are listed, then obviously they get a discount or stuff like that. But all these deals, you know, I don't think something like the August 29th offer will ever come again. And I'm so happy we're getting all the right people on board, because we're building a real blockchain that does real thing and changes the world and enables real Web3. There's lots of other videos out there by me and by others that explain why that is. But this offer, it just won't come back, right? And it's our way of saying thank you to all the ones that want to operate a Devnet node, and also saying thank you to all the ones that want to support us and want to fund our project, because we need our war chest filled for the ICO, right? The ICO is going to cost us a lot of money marketing-wise, right? We need to create that hype to create a lot of demand for the token by the ICO, and it's going to cost a lot of money, and that's in addition to all the development effort that we're doing, right? So saying thank you to everyone who supports us on August 29th on that early date to get everything done and funded, and the more we get into our war chest, the higher the probability that the ICO will go well for all of us, and that's what we hope. So, yeah, this was my my explanation on how that great deal works. I hope you liked it. Give me that like button, please. It's important for the YouTube algorithm. I thank you in advance, and you know, I'm with you for cashing in on all these Zand rewards. And if you have any questions, any more questions, please write them right here in the YouTube comments. I'll be there to help you out. I'm also, as always, on the Discord. Discord link is working now. And yeah, so I forgot to mention one important detail. So you only need to run 6 physical a Devnet nodes, but you can earn the boost factor for up to 150 nodes. So that means if someone decides to buy 50 nodes or 100 nodes or 150, that's the maximum, then they can earn the boost factor for up to those 150 or how many ever new nodes they bought. So there is a blog post about all these incentive models. There, you know, the link to that blog post is down in the description. And yeah, looking forward to all your participation and for the next steps with the Xandeum blockchain. Everything